so we just asked, why do men hate suggestions? But what are you supposed to do if you really know better? And like, you really need to tell them, like, no, don't do it that way. Do it this way. The way you're doing it is wrong. Stop it. You have to do it this other way or whatever.
As no one's life is in danger, it's better off to say nothing. Because one of the most important things that a man needs as love is just like women need understanding. I'm sure if I was in a room full of women and I said, who likes feeling understood? Every hand in the room would shoot up. You know, every woman likes feeling understood.
Yeah.
Men like to feel forgiven. They like to feel like it's okay to make mistakes. They're not going to be thrown out the door. So when he's about to make a mistake, as long as no one is going to die, there's no fire, there's no emergency, it's not an emergency situation, it's best to keep your mouth shut and let him make a mistake, because what the message you're communicating is, it's okay to make mistakes. Is every time he goes to do something, you go to correct him, he's going to feel it's not okay to make mistakes. And when a man feels like it's not okay to make mistakes in a relationship, he says, well then I'm not going to try at all. So if you want a man to care for you, and take care of you, and nurture you, and look after you, and be attentive to you, it's got to be okay for him to make some mistakes. So if he's drilling something outside, or he's fixing something, and it's going to break, and it looks like it's going to break, let it break. He'll get the plumber to fix it. The last thing he wants to look like is that he's incompetent in front of you. Because he's incompetent in front of you at fixing the sink, then what do you think is going to happen when you really need it? When you really need his help?
Okay. So, what if, like, he's doing the dishes, but badly?
He's doing the dishes badly. So, this is a big problem. Women say...
Like, he agrees to do the dishes, which is like a whole fabulous thing, but then he's doing them, and he's doing them badly.
So,
or laundry, or whatever.
He's doing them badly. So, the only way you can ask him to do the dishes is if you're okay with the way he's going to do the dishes. And the good thing about men is that they usually generally like to get better at things. You know, if they have a new hobby or something, they do like to improve their skill. So if you leave a man alone and you appreciate what he's doing, the first thing he thinks is, wait, let me do that better. I can do that better. So if he does the dishes and you sort of criticize him and he says, and you know, he does the dishes and you say, well, the dishes aren't clean the way I wanted them to be, then a man's going to think in his head, well, you know, what's the point in doing dishes? When I do them, there's no success. Nothing really happens here. The dishes are dirty and she's unhappy. So I put all this effort in and no results. Men really like results. If he does the dishes, he doesn't do them so well, but she comes along and says, thank you so much for doing the dishes, that was so helpful, there's gonna be a mental note in his head. Doing the dishes makes her happy. Then when he goes to do the dishes again, maybe put a little more extra rub in it, extra scrub, it's gonna make her more happy. You know, so men like to contribute more to where they're seeing results, where they're seeing success, where they're seeing that he is successful at making her happy, that's gonna bring the results. So you may think that by jumping in, you're, saving the day by, telling him this criticism about how you want the dishes really done. You're actually working against yourself and what you need. If you leave him alone and appreciate him, he will do the same thing better the next time. Almost guaranteed.
So if the dishes are like greasy and like kind of like not great, whatever, after you wash them or whatever, you just let them be greasy?
Yeah, if they're really greasy and you have to, it's really, really bad, and they're greasy the next day, then you could, the next day when he's not there, you could, and you need to use the pan, you can wash it again. That's fine,
But let him put the dishes away and de-greasy plates or whatever.
You don't want to point it out because it's just the nature of a man is that if he is appreciated for what he's doing, he will do more. This is it. If you appreciate a man for what he's doing already, he will be looking to do more. And then you have to find a way for him to also try to do more.
So if the dishes get put away and they're still kind of greasy or whatever, he's eventually going to realize and do it better?
The dishes get put away. So he washed the dishes.
Yeah.
He scrubbed the dishes.
Yeah.
He put them away.
Yeah.
He cleaned up the kitchen.
Yeah.
Just appreciate him for what he did.
Yeah.
You're not going to appreciate him for the dishes being greasy. You're not going to say, wow, the dishes are so clean. I'm so happy. Just say, thank you for doing the dishes. You're just thanking him for the contribution that he made. And when he sees you say, thanks for doing the dishes, but you didn't really make a big thing out of it, it was small, then man thinks, how could I get a bigger reaction? And he's going to start to scrub the dishes a little bit more. So your reaction, your appreciation does not have to be over the top. It should be appropriate for what he does. And if it's appropriate for what he does, he will get the subconscious message that, well, if I do more, maybe I'll get a bigger reaction. Small firework, small boom. Big firework, big boom. So men are always looking for that big boom in the relationship where they can really make a woman happy. One guy came up to me the other week and he said, how can I make my wife really happy? You know, we all want to win the gold medal, so to speak. So if you want your man to be constantly doing things for you, caring for you, it's just about giving those small appreciations along the way, little things along the way, and then he will start to pick things up. It happens all the time. Women don't believe it, but it happens all the time. If you can say it's okay to make mistakes, you're good enough as it is, then men start to do more. They just do.
Okay, so everybody try that. See how greasy your dishes can get.